Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who seemed charming on the surface, but deep down, something just felt off? You couldn't put your finger on it, but the way they talked, the way they looked at you, it almost felt like there was nothing real behind their smile. That gut feeling, you should never ignore it. Because sometimes, what you're picking up on are the hidden traits of a psychopath. And no, psychopaths aren't always serial killers in movies. They're not all wearing ski masks and hiding in the shadows. In real life, they're often harder to spot, and that's exactly what makes them dangerous. So today, I'll show you 5 hidden signs of a psychopath you need to recognize fast. And as I go through them, think about whether you've seen these in someone you know. Sign 1. Surface level charm. A psychopath knows how to play the game. When you first meet them, they can come across as magnetic, confident, even fun to be around. You feel like they're giving you special attention, making you feel important, but that charm is calculated. It's not genuine. Here's the giveaway. Spend more time with them, and you'll notice that charm doesn't go deep. They don't actually listen to you. They're just mirroring what they think you want to hear. I've met people like this before. At first, they seemed like the most interesting person in the room, but after a while, I realized I didn't actually know anything real about them. That's because the charm was just a mask. If someone feels too good to be true at the start, pay attention. It might not be real connection. It might be manipulation. Sign 2. Zero genuine empathy. Psychopaths can mimic empathy, but they don't feel it. They can watch you cry, nod their head, even say the right words, but inside, nothing's there. The subtle sign is this. When something serious happens to you, they flip the focus back to themselves. You tell them you're stressed, and instead of supporting you, they'll find a way to make it about their problems. Or worse, they'll downplay what you're feeling altogether. Here's a personal note. I used to brush this off when I was younger. I'd think, maybe they're just distracted, or maybe I'm asking too much. But no, if someone consistently dismisses your feelings, that's not normal. That's a red flag. Sign 3. Pathological lying. Here's something you need to understand. A psychopath lies as easily as breathing. And it's not just small lies. They'll lie about things that don't even matter, just to stay in control. At first, the lies can be hard to catch, but over time, you'll notice the details don't add up. Stories change, explanations shift, and when you confront them, they don't get nervous like a regular person would. They double down. I once had a conversation with someone who gave me 3 completely different versions of the same story, and when I pointed it out, they laughed. That's the thing. They don't feel guilt about lying. In fact, they enjoy it because it keeps you off balance. If you find yourself constantly second-guessing what someone says, that's not just bad memory. It could be manipulation. Sign 4. Exploiting without guilt. Psychopaths see people as tools. If they can get something out of you, your time, your money, your energy, they'll take it, and they won't feel bad about it. The scary part is, they often disguise it as helping you. They might borrow your resources, lean on your kindness, or push you into doing things for them, but when you need support in return, they vanish. I've seen this play out in friendships. Someone constantly taking, draining everyone around them, but always with a smile, like it's no big deal. At first, you don't notice it, until you realize you're exhausted and they're fine. Here's the truth. Guilt is what keeps normal people in check. Psychopaths don't feel that, and that's why they keep taking. Sign 5. Extreme need for control. Here's the big one. Psychopaths have to control the people around them. It might start subtle, little comments, guilt trips, testing your boundaries, but over time, it grows. They'll try to isolate you from others. They'll pressure you into decisions that benefit them. And if you resist, they'll use manipulation tactics, anger, silent treatment, even playing the victim. I can't stress this enough. If you feel like someone is constantly pulling the strings in your life, and you don't even know how you got there, that's a giant warning sign. Final thoughts. Now, let's be clear. Not every selfish or rude person is a psychopath. But if you start seeing multiple signs, fake charm, no empathy, constant lying, exploitation, and that need for control, you need to protect yourself fast. Psychopaths thrive when you doubt your instincts. So don't ignore that gut feeling. If something feels wrong, trust yourself. Distance yourself. because your peace of mind is worth more than any relationship with someone who secretly wants to use you.